All right, welcome. Today, we're going to do something pretty wild. We're venturing 50,000 years into the past to try and peer into the mind of our closest extinct relative, the Neanderthal. But here's the thing. We're not just digging for bones. We're using artificial intelligence to reconstruct a lost world and ask a question that could change how we see them, and maybe ourselves, too. And that question, well, it's a big one. Did Neanderthals have souls? I mean, did they possess the capacity for spiritual belief, for awe, for ritual? It's a question that really cuts to the core of what it means to be human, and the answer might just be hidden deep within the stone walls of an ancient cave. You know, for centuries, we've debated the inner lives of Neanderthals. Were they simply brutish survivalists, or did they have complex inner worlds rich with symbolism and belief? This is the Neanderthal enigma, a puzzle that archaeologists have been trying to solve with only fragments of evidence. Our investigation starts way up high in the Swiss Alps, at a place called Drachenloch Cave. This wasn't just a shelter from the biting cold of the Paleolithic. All the evidence suggests it was something more, a sacred space, a kind of ritual chamber, where something truly remarkable took place. So what did archaeologists actually find inside? Let's take a look at the raw data they uncovered, the silent clues left behind in the stone that hint at a world that goes way beyond the purely physical. The evidence really paints a curious picture. Archaeologists didn't just find random bones. They found calcified cave bear skulls, and they were intentionally arranged. They found deliberate patterns of stacked bones, which hints at a conscious design. And get this, they discovered the cave itself had these unique acoustics, a primal soundscape that would have made any sound within its walls just echo and resonate like crazy. And this, of course, is the crucial point. How do we bridge that enormous gap? I mean, how do we get from a pile of bones and an acoustically interesting cave to a living, breathing, spiritual ceremony? That's the real challenge. And the answer lies in a fascinating new approach, a blend of technology and archaeology. See, researchers didn't just analyze the data. They set out to resurrect the ritual itself. The process was incredibly methodical. First, they digitally synthesized the bone stacking patterns to build a 3D model of these strange, almost altar-like structures. Next, they recreated the cave's eerie acoustics to understand how sound would travel and distort. Then, using AI, they simulated how flickering torchlight would make shadows writhe and dance across the bones. By combining all these digital layers, they aimed to resurrect what the source material calls the silent liturgy, a ritual without words. And the goal was never just technical. As the researchers put it, the entire point was to bridge the gap between archaeological data and the visceral awe of the experience. It was about trying to feel what our ancient cousins might have felt. So after all this data and all this digital reconstruction, what did they actually see? Let's step inside this sanctuary, reimagine through technology, and witness their vision. Okay, imagine this. You're deep inside the mountain. The only light comes from a single torch, its flame flickering and casting these long, dancing shapes against the cold stone walls. As the light moves, the AI-generated shadows come alive. The hollow eye sockets of the bear skulls seem to deepen and watch you. The stacked bones create these monstrous, shifting silhouettes on the walls of the cave. There's no chanting, no words. It's a silent liturgy, a ceremony of quiet reverence focused entirely on the arrangement of these powerful remains, a kind of quiet communication with something immense and powerful. This reconstruction, it gets right to the heart of the theory. The cave wasn't just a physical space. It was a place where stone and spirit could collide, where the mundane world of rock and bone was transformed into a gateway to the spiritual. What the researchers visualized is perhaps the earliest evidence of an apex predator cult. Now, this isn't just about fear, it's about reverence for the most powerful creature in the Neanderthal's world. A ritual like this suggests a complex worldview, a way of making sense of nature's power, and maybe even a form of social bonding through a shared, sacred experience. So we come all the way back to our first question: did Neanderthals have souls? This reconstruction doesn't give a definitive yes, but it allows us to feel the visceral awe they may have felt. It brings us closer than ever before to their inner world. And it leaves us with an even bigger question for the future. With this technology, what other ancient worlds, what other lost beliefs can we now resurrect?